Hi, everyone, and welcome. If you're trying to bring something into your reality, there are three things or limitations that I would like you to pay attention to if you want the process to be smoother. I will also share what you can do about those things or limitations so that you experience as little setback as possible. And before we continue, hi, my name is Barchi. I'm a coach and hypnotherapist. I help people transform their limiting beliefs so that they can step into the role of being creators in their own lives. And if you would like to work with me, you will find the link in the description box down below. Let's get into it. Three limitations that you might have been experiencing are: one, you have a limited capacity to receive. Two, you don't trust and are trying to control the outcome. Three, you're making decisions out of fear and not out of love. And let's start with the first one. You have a limited capacity to receive. What do I mean by that? To put it simply, you don't think you deserve whatever it is that you want. And you might say to me, well, actually, I want it and I believe I deserve it. Consciously, you might think that, but your subconscious belief might not be supporting that. Let me give you two examples. The first one, you might say, I want love. And at the same time, you completely overlook a person who is loving, caring, and open towards you. And instead, you might choose someone who will not treat you right and make you work and prove that you deserve their love. And you're not to blame. Know that. That is because those beliefs come from childhood and they're rooted deep in your subconscious mind. So let me ask you something. Do you believe that you will be happy once you get love or a specific partner? And how about if you already have that partner or you get it, Let's say you get it. What now? Are you able to be open, vulnerable, and receptive to their love? Is it safe? And what if they aren't really matching your emotional openness? Are you okay with that? And does it actually feel safer if they are more closed? And trust me, I so get it because I used to think that I had to work so hard for love until during one of my therapy sessions, I got in touch with love that I had inside. And it was the best revelation. And I remember just thinking, wow, I have so much love in my heart. Why don't I just give it to myself? And like even right now that I'm thinking about it, I still feel very emotional about that because it really that really was a turning point in my life and it really shifted a lot of things for me. So I invite you to think deeply about this one. So let me give you another example, and that can be from a professional world. Let's say that you would love to be a writer and you love writing. It brings you joy. You're excited about it. But you believe that you can be like other real writers out there. A part of you is convinced that you're not a part of the same tribe or the same family for whatever reason. No one knows. You're just not one of them. But you know something? The desire you have to be a writer or whatever the case, if it wasn't important, you probably wouldn't have it. Like just think about it. Your heart wouldn't be excited about it because You're probably not excited about so many other professions. Maybe you're not excited to be a football coach, but some people are. You know what I'm saying? So, what makes being a writer magical? Who knows? Some people couldn't care less about being a writer, but there is something in it for you. Think about that and don't just diminish the importance of the dream that you have. It's there for a reason. Number two, you don't trust and are trying to control the outcome. Okay, this one is really close to my heart because about 2 years ago, I struggled with the word surrender so much that I got upset anytime it would just pop up, you know? Oh, and I knew that I was in resistance. Oh, I was like, I can't surrender. I want everything to happen in a certain way. I was so frustrated, I remember. So the thing is, without trust, anything cannot grow. In fact, the opposite can happen. If you plant a little tiny seed and you don't trust the soil that, it will nourish that seed and that the seed will grow, and you constantly dig in, and poke it, you might actually obstruct its growth. And instead of using this time for something else, you're interfering with something magical, something that first, it's first beyond your control and besides unnecessary work. It's unnecessary. Like nature has been doing that for aliens of time. And trust me, you're not needed. Not in this sense. So you could be doing something so much better with that time, seriously, because worry energy doesn't bring results. It never has, it never will. That's just reality. So your mind, know that. I don't know if you know that. That's so important. Your mind has this idea that by worrying, you're doing something. You're like, okay, I'm doing something, but it's false. That's just a false belief that you have control. So every time you worry, I would like you to catch yourself and flip the script. Focus on what you desire and act as if it's already done. So every time you try to control something, I would like you to ask yourself 4 questions. First one, is this within my control? And if it is, what can I do about it? The second question, is it necessary? The third question, is it beneficial to anyone? And 4, is it giving me energy? Is worrying like expanding my energy? Do I feel better because I worry so much? Think about it, okay? All right. And point number 3, or obstruction/limitation number 3, making decisions out of fear or not out of love, and not out of love. What I have noticed in my life is that actions I take out of fear, desperation, scarcity, and contraction will never give results as actions and decisions made out of love. Because with love, there is this internal satisfaction, expansion, and no matter the outcome, you're still left with satisfaction. You aren't depleted, even though you can be tired, but you're never depleted. Think about it. And think of something that you love doing. You never look back and say, oh my God, why did I waste time doing that? No, never, right? Okay, let's get to the next part of the video in which I would like to give you some advice. So let's look at 3 simple things to start shifting the limitations. Number 1, recognize that you're caught up in an unsupportive thought pattern. Your mind is just playing old song that doesn't serve you nor anyone else. And I want you to break it with breath work or meditation. Or actually, there is a simple exercise you can do called stop. And think about it anytime you see the stop sign. That's actually really cool. You can kind of connect the two. So, what you want to do is first stop whatever you're doing. Obviously, if you're driving, keep on driving, right? You don't have to stop. But pay attention. And then the next one is take a breath. Just take a breath. Come into this moment, here and now. And I want you to observe what's happening in your body, what's happening with your emotions, with your thoughts, like what's going on. And observe with curiosity. The last thing you want to do is be judgmental towards yourself, or self-deprecating. Don't do that. Be kind. And then the last one is proceed with compassion or proceed thoughtfully, meaning choose what you want to experience. Maybe say, okay, I feel tense about this. So, what is one thing that I can do to support myself right away? Okay. And what I also love to do, like on regular basis, is what really helps me is meditation, self-hypnosis. I love it for creating experiences. So I have a tape and then I listen to it either first thing in the morning or the last thing at night before I go to sleep. It's really helpful. And breath work, as I already mentioned. Okay. So the second tip I have for you, write down what you want as if it's already done. And then observe unsupportive thoughts. The thing is, when you are acting from this place, oh, it has already, been done. It's there. I have it. You don't act out of fear. Something shifts in you. But at some point, as you go about your day, you will notice that unsupportive thoughts will probably still be popping up. And sometimes those can be very, very persistent. And you might need to do some inner child work or consistent reprogramming those thoughts. As I mentioned already, listening to a tape, maybe I will just say hypnotherapy is really helpful. So for me, it has been an immense help. And if that's something you want to experience, you know where to turn to. Here is your girl. But you can do so many things. If you start with stop, if you start meditating, making a tape, so many cool things you can do. There are many options. And if you want to hear more about those, let me know because I'm happy to provide with those. And the last thing I will say is follow. That's the last tip for today. Follow the energy of excitement in your life. My invitation for you is that for the next 14 days, every day, you ask yourself, does this excite me or not? And obviously, certain tasks you have to do, right? Maybe washing the dishes, cutting the veggies, whatever the case, is not like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Maybe, do you know what I mean? You don't have to be ecstatic about it. It's fine. You're a human. But things that you want to invest in, like just go where the energy, follow the energy flow and see where is that excitement? Like, what is it that really drives me? What makes me happy, joyful, alive? Follow that. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. And I appreciate if you like or subscribe to my channel to support me. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions and also if you want me to speak about certain subject in more detail or more depth. Okay. Thank you so much. See you next time.